Nell got herself stuck in the soft ground. She was trying to get into one of our poultry pens, but the gateway was just too soft to support her. The pens are unused in the winter, and we leave the gates open in case some small animal squeezes in and can't get out again. There's no way that Nell could get out on her own. Without help, she would just die. But she's remarkably calm about the whole thing.
A bit worried, but we'll have you out in a moment, all right?
The plan is to get her onto something that can support her weight. We just grabbed the first likely thing that came to hand. It's a rubber mat that they normally sleep on. In hindsight, we should have used something much less slippy, and I'm sure we'll get lots of criticism for this, but hey, that's what we did. The aim was to get her front feet up onto the rubber mat, which we did with a bit of huffing and puffing. She's much heavier than she looks. But her little hooves kept threatening to slip off the mat and back into the bog. And of course, Nell was exhausted and cold too, which didn't help. We think she'd probably been in there about 4 or 5 hours. Not sure really.
Too slippery, isn't it? Now let her go down. I can't see anything. My eyes. Okay. Good girl. Good girl. Just resting a minute. So we want to get this underneath her so she can't slip off again. But she's just too heavy, isn't she?
Yeah, to get it underneath her, we have to lift her whole full front plus move the mat between us two.
Unless we just lift up the back end and push her forwards.
Well, that's just as hard, isn't it?
Hang on, Tim. There's a bit of wood here. Can that be moved away? Oh, yeah. Okay, that's it. Good girl. Keep on going.
Good girl. All right.
But she's sinking in with her front legs again. We have to work on that, otherwise she's just going down in the front again.
Help me pull it out.
I'm trying to move the cow mat in. Good girl. Good girl. Good. Just
Hold on to
slippy,
these.
isn't it?
Come on, Nell. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. And hold your legs. All you have to do is come on. Push. Come on, girl. Up. Now you can do it. Come on. You're nearly there. What about?
I've got one leg out.
After a rest and some encouragement and a lot of lifting and pushing from the back, she clambered out and onto the mat. Hooray!
Stay here. Look. An adventure. Ouch.
But while I was repositioning the mat in the gateway so we could get her out of the pen, she sank back in again, right back down to her elbows. Poor thing.
Ow, you're standing on my foot now. Come on, Nell. Come on. Come on. Up. Come on, Nell.
One leg out.
She's just she's just sinking. She isn't even doing anything, is she?
Come on then. Come on. Come on up. Come on.
Up. Come on. Up. Come on. Good.
Keep her moving. Keep her moving.
Good. Come on.
Going down again.
Even worse now, is it? Shit. If you cut the wire there and just let her out there.
At least we can lift her, just about.
See her now.
If she was much bigger, or if she'd been one of the horses, then this could be a very different story. Because eventually we did get her up again, and when she walked out around the edge, near the fence, and all was fine in the end, and the others were really pleased to see her. Imagine if people talked to each other at this volume.
Now, ready to go home? We're both a bit boggy now, aren't we?
Come on, Gordon.
It takes quite a lot before Sandra resorts to swearing. Just shows how worried she was. This is the real bog and pond. The poultry pens and the track are a couple of feet higher and supposed to be drier, but obviously they're not really dry enough. So much for living in such a rainy part of the world, huh? Nell's fine now, happy to be home, and we're fine too, now that we soaked some of the mud off.
Didn't seem to have affected her appetite.
You noisy lot.
I've missed
It was adventure. It was. There was an adventure going on.